Cavaliers tonight. They welcome in one of the West's best, Rick Edelman and his Sacramento Kings. Great to see everybody. Happy you're with us. I'm Michael Rega. My partner Matt Gukas will join in just a moment. You'll excuse John Lucas in the midst of this 10-game Cavaliers losing slide if he's like an expected father tonight, because he's got one of his prodigies coming back, and that's Dajuan Wagner, the Cavaliers' 6th pick, first round overall in this last NBA draft. Explosive, talented, all of that. Cavaliers need Dajuan Wagner on the floor. I asked John Lucas a moment ago exactly what Wagner will bring to the Cavaliers offensively.
That's not the issue. It's time to get him out there. If we're going to develop, it's time to develop. He's missed 2 months, so let's get out there and get his feet wet, get going. It'll take him about a month to get all the way back, and then I expect him to explode. I really like what he can do. He's going to start at the 2 tonight and move Ricky up to 3 so we can get a little more speed in our lineup and a little quickness as Darius is rest. And then when we get Darius and Chris Milne back, then I can tell you what kind of team we are. We're going to struggle like we are, but we're getting better.
And the reinforcements are coming, and none too soon for John Lucas and the Cavaliers. And I guess a 19-year-old shall lead them. Dajuan Wagner is a guy with a bundle of talent and a body of a 6'1", a guy that can go get his own shot, create shots for teammates, and also can do something at the end of a shot clock. All this talk about, is Dajuan Wagner a point guard or is he a shooting guard? He's a talented enough player that you don't have to signify one or the other. Just put him out there and let him play basketball. Had a terrific one-year career for the Memphis Tigers. John Lucas and the Cavaliers expecting big things. But Michael, I bet you those butterflies are fluttering right now.
Hedo Turkoglu, and Turkoglu is going to get whistled with a personal foul. All right, let's check John Lucas' starting lineup tonight, brought to you by our friends at Ford. Ricky Davis with Tyrone Hill, and the second leading scorer on the club, Zydrunas Ilgauskas, in the middle. Milt Palacio with Dajuan Wagner, the young man dubbed the Messiah, out of Camden, New Jersey. Boozer bodied Gerald Wallace out of the way for Sagana Diop to clean everything up. So it's Sagana Diop with Carlos Boozer and Jermaine Jones on the front line, Bimbo Coles and Dajuan Wagner in the backcourt. Wagner on Damon Jones. Dajuan Wagner's floater is right there and put his first NBA field goal make safely in the book.
Well, a lot of people talk, because he's from the Philadelphia area, a lot of similarities to Allen Iverson. A long way from that, but that's a favorite Philadelphia play. Start on one side, rub off a couple of picks, and that's his first field goal. His second field goal now.
Jermaine Jones saying, "Show us the hops," to Dajuan Wagner as he fussed it as the Cavaliers ran off the steal.
Really had a good sense of where his teammates were and got Wallace an easy one.
Wagner going to put it on the deck against Bobby Jackson, and Jackson will get whistled for the personal foul. Again, Dajuan Wagner not lost about 15 pounds, but Matty, here's his floater that gets him in the book.
Well, and there's that power, just taking it hard to a spot on a second dribble, powering up, and even at 6'1", able to get up and over people, and even at 6'1", able to get up and finish the alley-oop.
2 minutes. All right, Matty, the officials would not let Bimbo enter as we come inside the 2-minute mark. Davis thought about it against Turkoglu. Wagner to triple. Got it! Dajuan Wagner has laced the 3. Wagner was 7.
Now, Dajuan Wagner at Memphis did not shoot the 3 particularly well from the in-close line, but in the summer league with the NBA line, although I think he took about 19 threes in the competition that he played in and made 9 of them. So feeling a little bit more comfortable with the distance, of course, stronger as well. Now, right now, Dajuan's body is not back to the shape nor strength that it was before his surgery. But he could be the one Cavalier to open things up with that three-point capability.
Got a door in the arms of Dajuan Wagner. He was dubbed the Messiah by his maternal grandfather, Larry Carter. And he has a picture of Larry Carter tattooed on the arm. Always a remembrance. His maternal grandfather passed away in 1994. But you know, his daddy, Milt Wagner, said the kid just, even at 2 and 3 years of age, seemed to have an understanding when he'd take him into the playgrounds, Matty, about how the basketball was supposed to be moved, and just that innate ability to have that offensive rhythm to his game. The Cavaliers sitting on 44 points here with the final 50 seconds to go in the first half. Wagner to unload the 3. Book it! He's tripled twice, says Dajuan Wagner, and he's got 10 in the first half.
A long way to go for Dajuan Wagner. Ran around that double screen twice to finally knock off Doug Christie to get open.
Coles to pick up loose change. Numbers for the Cavaliers if they want them. Wagner on the bounce, and Wani's going to get to the free throw stripe. Or as he came strong through that painted area and picked up the foul from Hedo Turkoglu. Matty, you mentioned the name Allen Iverson, and I'll let you take this for a second here.
Well, Allen Iverson, because of the ability, just so strong, although, you know, Allen Iverson has the smaller, thinner frame, but so strong in the offensive capabilities of moving without the ball, getting the ball, and then just with speed and quickness able to shake loose of just about any one defender and get a shot off.
Yeah, while you hate to put labels and comparisons on this young man, this is his first NBA game. Off the Wagner miss, Ilgauskas will tie it up with Turkoglu. But while I say I hate to put a comparison out, in looking at DeJuan Wagner last year in Memphis, I'm going to throw out another NBA guard. I think he's got a little bit more maybe of Steve Francis's game in him.
Okay, the only thing I would say at this point, you know, and DeJuan Wagner, keep in mind 19 years of age, although Stevie Francis only 22, only the 1 year at Maryland.
That's right.
Before he came into the NBA. He's more of a natural point guard in that he can get a team in the offense. He's an assist-minded guy, although he's certainly scoring-minded as well. Gets a lot of rebounds. I think DeJuan Wagner, he's DeJuan Wagner, 19 years old. He's got a long way to go to catch up to those guys.
The Cavaliers behind the bounce of DeJuan Wagner and his 11-point first half in his NBA debut go on a 14-2 run in the last 3 minutes and 4 seconds to grab a 6-point advantage. Halftime's coming up. Clark setting the pick on Davis. Tyrone Hill with a rip away. DeJuan Wagner ahead of the pack. Wagner got held. What does Bennett Salvatore have?
He's got clear path.
Shouldn't he?
Clear path there. Look, though, that was an excellent outlet pass by Tyrone Hill. Looked like DeJuan Wagner, as a wide receiver, is going to be able to catch and finish on this play, all the while being pushed from behind by Gerald Wallace or Damon Jones, one of them. Damon Jones did the pushing, so it'll be one free throw and the ball on the side for the Cavaliers.
DeJuan Wagner. It's Divac, low left. DeJuan Wagner to raise up and is going to get to the free throw line as he took the hit from Bobby Jackson. So Wagner, Matty, shooting it in confidence, although fading off that a little bit as he delivered.
I had to rush it against a tough defender, Bobby Jackson there. It's kind of like going to release it on the way up as Bobby Jackson brushed by the arm. Jackson's still upset that he didn't get a call at the other end, let it affect him down at the defensive end.
In that 100-point effort we were talking about, Matty, that drew DeJuan Wagner a lot of raves from all over the basketball world. 42 for 60 from the floor that night. So in the 32-minute high school games, you see Chris Webber back with his numbers. Wagner delivered 60 field goal attempts and hit 10 threes on his way to the century mark that night.
Job of communicating both ends of the floor.
Coles from the baseline. Wagner got bumped by Bobby Jackson, and that'll be Jackson on the personal foul, and it's going to get DeJuan Wagner right back to the free throw stripe, where Wani is 4 for 5 on the evening.
Seems that every time DeJuan Wagner puts the ball on the floor, it looks like he has a tendency to prefer going to his left. Seems to lose his footing a little, but has that knack of that all good scorers do of finding contact there, just bumping into the defender, and that'll just get him to the free throw line.
He lost 15 pounds after he had the surgery to remove the blood clot after suffering the bladder infection. Very solid numbers for Wagner in his NBA debut. Hits a couple of more throws. 5 free throw makes for DeJuan Wagner here in the fourth quarter. He's got 16.
And he was
to go. And the Cavaliers have pulled back to within 4, so game on, as the saying goes in the playgrounds. As Cavaliers are right there. Pass got right through the hands of Jackson. Wagner on the sprint to the hoop. Wagner's going to get to the line. Oh, Chris Webber does not like that as he and Gerald Wallace were trying to deny Dajuan Wagner, Matty, who was changing hands and trying to use his body to shield off the defender.
Yeah, but more and more you see that Dajuan Wagner prefers going to his left here. And again, spots the defender. It looked like a pretty good defensive play there by Gerald Wallace, but just enough body contact down low as Dajuan Wagner. This is a key free throw here. Now, at the other end of the floor, obviously the Cavaliers have to be thinking stop, stop, stop. But if Weber or Wallace gets anything inside, or even Divac, before down 4 now, got to foul. Got to foul, and you'd like to foul Weber if you can. You don't want to foul Christie, #1 in the NBA, although he missed a free throw earlier.
But now you've already got 10 seconds.
Got to go double. Got to go double. Get the ball out of his hands.
The Cavaliers have let 15 seconds go off the game clock, down by 4, and it's Dajuan Wagner who picks up the foul, and that is number 6 on Wagner, so he will foul out in his NBA debut. 2 things happened there. Christie had the basketball for 15 seconds, and then Wagner went with 5 fouls to give number 6.
Well, again, you got to go double Christie, get it out of his hands, and then once you didn't commit the foul, now you got to be aware, shot clock is down to 7. You might as well let it go at that point. And Bobby Jackson's an excellent free throw shooter at 85%. So the Cavaliers just on alert there, and you can understand a 19-year-old rookie, Dajuan Wagner, getting his first NBA experience. I think he's, in one respect, is glad he survived this, and really not his role to be thinking those kinds of things. It would be nice to have that, but I just don't think that's in the repertoire yet.
Dajuan Wagner, 17 points. They go along with a couple of boards and 3 assists in his first appearance in a Cavaliers uniform. The Messiah, as the name he was given as an infant.